Welcome to the next installment of the Get to Know Your Local Historical Society project. Today we will learn about the collections and services of the Glen Rock Historical and Preservation Society.
We were founded in 1988, and we are sitting in our museum at the station, which we were given access to in 1992. Our goal is to preserve and interpret the history of Glen Rock and share the history of Glen Rock with all our citizens in town. We are an independent organization. We're not run by the town, and we are lucky enough to be housed in this beautiful 1905 railroad station. And I apologize ahead of time because it is actually a working station on the outside. We do have railroad tracks. And the wonderful, exciting thing about Glen Rock is that we're the only Bergen County town to have two railroad lines that run through it, and they're still very active. So the Glen Rock Historical Society holds an open house every month, the last Sunday of every month, in the museum at the station, right here on the corner of Rock Road and Main Street. We also, by reservation, if you contact us through our email, we'll arrange reunions for graduation classes for Glen Rock. We also do walking tours of Glen Rock. We do bus tours where we borrow Glen Rock's small bus, and we will take everybody on a bus tour around Glen Rock, giving the historical sites. So inside of the Historical Society, we have tax maps, we have diaries of some of the members of Glen Rock, we have donated items in our resources, and we invite people in, especially on our open houses, but also if you email us, we can make appointments. We are only staffed by volunteers and those that know where all of the print resources, if you're interested in genealogy. We also have a website, the Glen Rock Historical Society. And at our website, you can find a checklist under our resources on how to do some research on your house in town, and also how to do some of your research on your family that comes from town. We have actual hard copies of the local newspapers that were the Glen Rock Gazette, the Glen Rock Rocket, and those aren't all found digitally online. So you can come in to take a look and try to trace some information if you're interested. We have personal information through some of the things that have been left to us and deeded over to us about some of our military service members. So if you're interested in researching somebody from Glen Rock, I would definitely ask you to come in, email us, and we can make an appointment. We also have a family, the Hubschmidt family, who is very important, and they have a written history. It never was published, so they talk about all the different families in Glen Rock and the different time periods that they have come in here. And we are looking to create a public database, and that manuscript would definitely be part of that. We're looking to improve our research capabilities online that goes along with our website. But at the moment, we're still processing some of that. We'd love to share tax maps, and we'd love to share any of the maps that we have with people who want to come down. So the biggest question that we have in Glen Rock, the Glen Rock Historical Society, that we try to answer is the history of people's houses. We have a very large program talking about whether you are a Smith Singer house, whether you are a Sears and Roebuck house, mail order house that has been built in the area, what area of Glen Rock you grew up in. So one of the biggest thing is people want to know about the history of their house, who built their house, what company built their house, because we have quite a few developments, especially when people are trying to add on to their house or keep their house historically accurate or appropriate for the times. One of the most famous people who came from Glen Rock is an architect named Carl Kem-Levin, and he has been recognized all around northern New Jersey for his style. And a lot of people will come in and say, do I have a Levin house? It's an interesting part of what we come to tell as the history of Glen Rock. We have our historian blogs that you could research if you want to find the history of Glen Rock. But for genealogy research, we ask you to come down to the station. You can come down at one of our open houses on the last Sunday of every month. And we use a program called Past Perfect for our database. And then we can search database if we happen to have a photograph. We've almost completely categorized and digitalize all of the photographs that we have of Glen Rock. So if you're looking for your house, if you're looking for a family member who has lived in Glen Rock before, we can go through our Past Perfect. But right now, that's only available when you come down to the museum at the station. As part of our website, you'll see our historians blog. And on that section of the website, we actually have done the history of Glen Rock by decades. So the prior borough historian, Susan Triforos, has written about each part of history in her blog. So if you're interested in seeing how Glen Rock as a whole has developed in history as American history developed, there's a great place on our website to read about every single decade that Glen Rock was a town. We worked with the VFW and town council, and we know that at the Historical Society, quite a few towns are putting up veterans banners. And as the Historical Society, we worked to first put our very special veterans, men and women who died in service, in a special place in downtown Glen Rock. So as on Memorial Day and as Veterans Day, you'll see these banners go up. And those banners are connected by a QR code. And those QR codes lead directly to the Veterans Banners biographies. And so those biographies are written by some of our volunteers, and they are all about the special Glen Rock members who are on our war memorials because they gave the ultimate sacrifice. So we would love to have anybody who's interested to do more research about their house or their family history to come to the Glen Rock Historical Society to use our electronic Past Perfect, and they can research our archives that way. And you can reach out to us and you can arrange to come in, or you can come in and any one of our open houses. We always list our open houses on our website, and they're usually the last Sunday of every month. We're open from 1 to 3 p.m. So one of the items that we especially treasure is we have the original ballot box from Glen Rock and what made Glen Rock a town. So in 1894, because we had been part of Ridgewood, when Ridgewood decided they were going to be moving our school and raising our school taxes, the people of Glen Rock organized, created a initiative to be declared their own township and voted on it. So we actually have that ballot box that was used. That's one of our special pieces. We have an amazing collection of Carl Kemp-Levin and we have his drawing desk, we have his notebooks, we have his own personal scrapbook that he used. And we also have hundreds of his blueprint drawings. So that's one of our really favorite parts of our collection because we have people all over North Jersey, all the way down to Georgia, even to Bermuda, coming in to take a look at some of the creations and the original drawings to restore their houses to what his original designs were. We also have an amazing collection of early photographs of Glen Rock. So we have right around 1890 photographs of the rock itself. We have a wonderful collection of Albertine Kids who has donated to us, and her family has donated those collections of what life was like in the 1890s all the way through to the 1900s about what life was like in Glen Rock. And then the last thing that we really specialize in our collection is in some of our railroad artifacts and early maps of Glen Rock. So if you are interested in any of the work that the Glen Rock Historical and Preservation Society does, please contact us at grhistoricalsociety@gmail.com, and we'll get back to you right away. We would love to have you come visit the station. We would love to make an appointment with you to come research at the station, or to schedule one of our docents coming out to talk about anything in Glen Rock history. So if you would like to contact us, please email us at grhistoricalsociety@gmail.com.